Hi, I'm Paul from the Studio Rats. In today's video, we're looking at this, which is the Jam Pedals Tubedreamer. Now, this is a really versatile tube screamer style pedal, but it's got quite a few hidden tricks up its sleeve. On one side of the pedal, you've got the Jam Pedals Lucydreamer, and on the other side, you've got the Tubedreamer. Now, both sides of this pedal are tube screamer style pedals, but as I'll demonstrate later on in the video, you'll find that this pedal is far more versatile, and personally, I think sounds better than a tube screamer. All the different controls are done in classic sort of jam pedal style, which is just to use the first letter of each control underneath the actual control. So we've got level, gain and tone, and on this side of the pedal we've got level, gain, tone, and then M for mix. First of all, let's have a look at the Lucydreamer side of this pedal. Here's my clean sound. The thing that makes this side of the pedal really useful is this mix control. Now what we can do is to take it completely off and then dial in the amount of gain that we want. Now the way that I like to set this up is so I get that sort of clean sound on the verge of breakup. So if I bring the mix all the way back, if you've got an amp that is really clean, but you really want to get that clean on the verge of breakup sort of sound, or your amplifier isn't turned up enough to get that sort of sound, you can achieve that with this pedal, which makes it incredibly useful. If I can just interrupt this video for 30 seconds, I had a look at the YouTube analytics for the Studio Rats YouTube channel the other day, and 78% of the people that watch my videos aren't actually subscribers. If you're getting anything out of my videos, it would help immensely if you could just like and subscribe. You'd be notified of any future video that comes out from the Studio Rats, and it would help me out a ton. Anyway, back to the video. Now let's switch off the Lucydreamer side and bring in the Tubedreamer side. Now, if that's not the best sounding tube screamer that I've ever heard, I don't know what is. That sounds absolutely killer. So that's with the gain at nearly 3/4. Let's bring the gain all the way back. And as I'll demonstrate later on, we're getting way less compression than we would do through a normal Ibanez Tube Screamer pedal. So it really feels open and natural. So there's the two sides of the pedal. Now we can, obviously, if we want to, switch on those two pedals together. Now, I haven't even got the gain turned up, but that to me is more than enough gain than I would ever need for a gig. I think that sounds absolutely killer. Now, lastly, what we've got is this switch. Now, this is the high gain switch. What we can do with this is to have the high gain setting on the Lucydreamer side of the pedal. And we can engage that by pushing in the middle button. We can have it on both pedals where we switch it to the middle position. Which is loads of gain, but you still retain all that clarity. Or what we can do is to switch it over to the Tubedreamer side of the pedal. Now, there's not a bad tone out this pedal. Every combination that you can switch it to is incredibly useful. Not only can you do all of that with this pedal, but what you can also do is to run these two pedals as completely separate ins and outs. So say that you've got two amplifiers and you want to run the Lucydreamer into, say, like your Fender style amplifier, and the Tubedreamer into, say, like your Marshall style amplifier. Just by flipping a switch internally inside this pedal, you can actually do that with this pedal, which makes it, again, incredibly useful. Again, if you've got something like a MIDI switcher, a pedal switcher, you can do that where you can actually use both sides of these pedals in completely different switching points. Now, not only that, we've got a couple of trimmers. The left trimmer sets the high gain stage output level for the Lucydreamer in relation to the low gain stage, and the right gain trimmer sets the high gain stage output level for the Tubedreamer in relation to the low gain stage. So you get loads of different options. Lastly, what I thought I'd do is to compare the double dreamer against my vintage Tube Screamer. Now, Tube Screamers are a little bit of a strange beast because they really work with certain amps, things like Fenders. Fenders have like a scooped sort of sound. So what a Tube Dreamer does is it cuts off the very sort of bottom end, makes it a bit clearer, gives it a bit more presence, and also gives it a mid hump. That's why it works so well with Fender amps. Now, if you've got an amp like I'm using today, which is my Matchless, the Matchless doesn't have that sort of scooped mid sound. Personally, I'm not a massive fan of the mid scoop sound, and that to me is why a Tube Screamer rarely works in any sort of setup. So I've got these two pedals plugged into my Matchless. Now the clean sound again sounds like this. If I bring in the Tube Screamer, now it sounds alright, but because of the circuit in the Tube Screamer and the type of amp that I'm using, you get a really sort of compressed sound. And that's really useful for certain things. But for me, I'm not a massive fan of it, as I like to use a compressor anyway before all of my other pedals. Now, if I switch off the Tube Screamer and I switch in the Tubedreamer side of the jam pedal, first of all, it's got a ton more clarity than the Tube Screamer. You don't get that sort of over compressed sort of Tube Screamer sound. It sounds awesome. If you're looking for a Tube Screamer style pedal, but you want to take it to the next level, I'd highly recommend the Tubedreamer. It is an absolutely fantastic pedal. And with all the different features that you can get with it, you know, where you can connect up a insert cable and actually use it with 2 amps or use it with a switching system, it makes it for me the best Tube Screamer style pedal you can get. Anyway, I really hope you guys got something out of this video. If you did get something out of it, don't forget to like and subscribe, click on the bell button and you'll be notified of any future video that comes out from the Studio Rats. I'm Paul and I'll see you next time. Cheers.